Firstly, let me start by saying that I'd like to acknowledge the tremendous police work by my team of investigators at Strikeforce Ravens. They've been painstakingly going through thousands of hours meticulously of documentation and case files in order to collate the evidence to put before the courts in relation to firstly this particular arrest. Secondly, I'd also like to acknowledge the tremendous support we've had from the State Insurance Regulatory Authority, the insurance companies and the New South Government, in particular the Office of Minister Dominello, who's been very supportive, and their input has been critical in relation to coming to today's results. What I can say is that as a result of yesterday's arrest, we'll be alleging that that particular individual was the key organiser, coordinator and facilitator of CTP fraudulent claims in the southwestern Sydney area. We'll also be alleging that he was instrumental in those fraudulent claims by fabricating motor vehicle collisions, making medical appointments and solicitor appointments for these individuals, and instructing the passengers and drivers of those alleged motor vehicle collisions as to what to say during their interviews with those doctors, solicitors, investigators from the insurance companies and New South Wales Police. In respect to the fraudulent claims, we'll be alleging that that particular individual and his team have gained more than $3.5 million as a result of those claims, which impacts right across the New South Wales community and motorists of New South Wales. I just want to reiterate the comments that I made last week and say that this is only the beginning. This is the first door knock and arrest of many, and there's still time for anyone that is involved in this type of criminal activity or is assisting in this type of fraudulent behaviour to come forward now and assist us. Otherwise, you keep looking over your shoulders because you will be next. Thank you.
Thank you, Arthur. Can I also say thank you to the New South Wales Police. They've done extraordinary work here on behalf of the New South Wales motorists. They have secured a real victory today. And what we've seen today is that the New South Wales Police have lifted the stone and they've seen their first cockroach scurrying out, and they've caught that cockroach, and that represents a massive victory for motorists, because what we've now seen is that there has been a massive fraud on the New South Wales CTP scheme that has driven up premiums, and that is coming out of the pocket of the wallets of the motorists. So today is the first step to make sure that we capture the rest of the crooks, the rest of the fraudsters that have been milking the system at the expense of the motorists. I'd again like to congratulate the police for the great work they've done. This today represents a big win for motorists.
Superintendent,